we're exposed.
No, we're not, because we just educated ourselves. We actually went out and looked and did the research.
No, I'm better than everybody else.
Okay, I feel like that's a good place to start. Let's go.
If you're gonna serve wings or ranch, I don't want to do business with you. I get up and leave, even if I don't get the wings. It's either blue cheese or wings, and go fuck wings.
That's right, never mind who you thought it was. This is the Buffalluminati Podcast, your keeper of Buffalo's secrets. As always, we got a great episode for you. But first, make sure you like, share, subscribe. It's going to be a hot one today, Jeff. Mainly because it's
already was.
As I say, it's still like 80 degrees out here as the sun goes down. But I am Jake, and joining me, as I said, my co-host Jeff. What's up, buddy?
That's right, man. Nothing much, holding it down. Excited to come in here and talk about all of the cool things we're going to talk about. Most importantly, Pride Month. Obviously, you got the flag out.
That's right.
Got some positive things to talk about, some local things, as always. So it's always good stuff.
That's right. So, I know that we just kind of wanted to talk about, it's June now. This is our first June episode. So yes, like you said, happy Pride to those of you that celebrate. And we'll talk more about that in a minute. But first, I understand that you have some news about our hometown of Lockport. And I know they just made some news today. You want to share it with the people?
That's right, man. Like you said, city of Lockport, holding it down. Place where we both grew up. Coming through with a historic day, like our new mayor, John Lombardi, said. They're raising up the Juneteenth flag down at City Hall,
nice.
as well as the Pride flag. So that's pretty exciting. We got a celebration planned later this month. Looks like slated for June 22nd. They're still hammering away some final details, so looking for people to participate in the parade, it looks like. So if you can do that, get on it. Contact somebody. There's a number here in the thing.
I'll make sure the number gets up on the screen.
Yeah, that looks like that's for Paula Halliday Travis, the mayor's confidential assistant.
Okay.
She also spoke about how she is a Black woman and how this means a lot to her. She said she was the first woman of color to hold her position, which says a lot. And so obviously the raising of the Juneteenth flag means a lot to her, and I think it means a lot to a lot of people here in the city. The mayor spoke a little bit about it, saying how diversity hasn't always been a priority in the area, which, you and I can kind of speak to. We both grew up here, and if you grew up in Western New York, I'm sure you feel the same.
Oh, for sure. I know actually on Reddit, it's funny you mentioned that the other day in the comment section. Someone had mentioned on our favorite Our Buffalo, the way they referred to Niagara County was like, like the way California refers to Texas, or Texas refers to California. Like it was like,
Dang.
Oh, them up there in Niagara County. And I was
Dude,
like,
I know. Erie County.
Ooh, no.
Erie County looks down on us hardcore.
A little bit, yeah. And I mean, like you said, the diversity is a little lacking. It's definitely a lot more rural than Erie County, but it's good to see that Lockport is at least taking a step forward. Like you said, I'm not going to say that it was a very unaccepting place. We did, have some diversity, and we had, During my high school classmates started the Gay Straight Alliance organization at Lockport High School. Shout out to Al if you're watching.
Throwback.
Yeah, I know, and I mean so it's good to see now that like that was her and 3 other people, and now like you said, the fact that Lockport's flying a pride flag and a Juneteenth flag, it may be 2024, it may be a little bit overdue, but hey,
for sure.
Kudos for coming to the party.
Juneteenth as a whole, honestly, like, I kind of feel like it's awesome that we saw a national holiday become a national holiday. So most of the national holidays we kind of just born. It's like, these are the holidays,
right?
But it is like long overdue. It shouldn't have been in our lifetime. It should have been way before we were born that it was a holiday and that was recognized as a significant moment in the history of the country. But and it's sad what it took to even have that, like, force that discussion and to have that be acknowledged, because I feel like a lot hasn't really changed in a lot of people, but this does signify some kind of progress, and that's always a good thing.
Yeah, man. It's always good to see, even if it's baby steps, just something towards progress and where we need to be. And it seems like June now is the month for that. We got Pride, Juneteenth is this month. I just saw that it also happens to be, and this is important too, it's also National Men's Mental Health Month. So, fellas, talk to your homies,
For sure.
Go get professional help, whatever you got to do. And we have a great community for that. And, speaking of like LGBT, I know that if, anybody in the city is looking for resources or people of color, this has been a great organization. But Evergreen Health has got nothing but glowing reviews from people that have felt that they couldn't go elsewhere because of their orientation or race or any other potential factors that people find controversial.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of controversy, let's get into it.
Let's get Buffalluminati about it.
We're just, I know we try to maintain the positivity. It's summer, it's Pride Month, but it's also hot. I'm a little hot after reading some stories about some bad neighbors, and I'm just going to go off for a minute. So obviously this past weekend we had a lot of Pride parades. I think there was one down here in Hamburg, but obviously the big one up in the city of Buffalo. And I saw pictures and videos and new stuff from that, and it looked absolutely great to see. But then I saw the news stories about the Buffalo Diocese and their ranch-eating, bad neighboring behavior. And I want to call it out. But before I do, I want to express that this is not an attack against religion. I'm not going off against Bruce Almighty style, like against God and calling him out. This is not that. I don't want to run the world for 7 days. But this is specifically about the Catholic Church, not even the Catholic faith. I'm just going to say it because
we're canceled.
That's who we're talking. Yep. Shut it down.
Come on out, you rapist!
Wow. No, but seriously, Jeff, I got to call him out because it's bad neighbor behavior. And this is part of our responsibility as the Buffalluminati is we praise the good neighbors and we expose the secrets and we expose the bad neighbors and just this absolute ranch eating behavior that we have here. And I got to do it not only for the city of Buffalo, but all my LGBTQIA plus homies out there. I don't know if I got them all. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm really bad with that. But just know that I love each and every letter. You go ahead and do your own thing. We love you out here. Yeah. The Buffalluminati loves you and accepts you. And the city of Buffalo accepts you. But who doesn't seem to accept, as always, is the Buffalo Catholic Diocese. And once again, this is specifically aimed at them and the Catholic Church, not any specific people that believe in that religion or the religion or Christian faith or the Bible or God. But the Greater Buffalo Friends of Music organized an event for a community concert, a free concert. I'm really sorry I keep scratching my nose, but I got a mustache that keeps poking me. Anyway, they organized this concert to just feature some choruses and bring the community together. And it was supposed to be hosted at St. Joseph's Cathedral. But then the Buffalo Diocese got the news that the Buffalo Gay Men's Chorus was booked. They are a very popular group if you haven't seen them in the area. They've done the national anthem, I believe, at both Sabres and Bills games. I know for sure Sabres games because I did see they posted a video or a clip of them singing it on the ice. So Buffalo Catholic Diocese comes in and they come in and they cancel. Bad neighbors, horrible behavior. And I'm not going to say I don't get it. I get it. But it's just very convenient to me that this group of gentlemen that, as far as we know, have never even been accused of children. Yet if you go over to the Buffalo Diocese page, and you actually have to dig for this information, but they legally have to post it, and I found it, and here it is. I believe it was 87 or 88 names that they're willing to admit to. But according to a story by WCW, by WKBW, it could be as high as 112 or more. Priests just in the Buffalo Diocese alone that have credible accusations against them for doing the thing that Catholic priests are known to do other than preach on Sundays. And yet, God forbid, we have the Buffalo Gay Men's Chorus perform for the community for a free show.
They thought they meant the old school version of gay.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, they're a jolly chorus. Okay, get them in here.
Hey, wait, what are those rainbows? Get it out.
Whoa, hold on now.
And it's not even that they said, hey, the Buffalo Gay Men's Chorus can't perform in our church. They canceled the whole event that they were hosting. Like,
oh, God.
How bad of a neighbor do you have to be? How much ranch do you have to eat?
It was tainted.
You'll shuffle pedophile from church to church and let them on a reign of terror, but we can't have one day for the community, which is what the churches are for in the first place. Just it
was tainted by the rainbows.
Yep.
Those are not Christ-fearing rainbows, apparently. I don't know, but they were offensive.
Yeah, apparently too offensive for
now there's no bounce house for the kids. Can't nobody have fun?
Well, actually they can. Because shout out to Holy Trinity Lutheran, who within a few hours of
HTL?
Yes,
They're
HTL.
in on this?
Yes, not affiliated with WCW. But yeah, they stepped up, and actually, Reverend Dr. Jeff Wilson, the lead pastor, said that the Lutheran Church welcomes all people, including the LGBTQ plus community. There's something in the Lutheran Church called reconciling in Christ, and reconciling in Christ means that we as a church have gone through a process where we have a welcome statement that says we are welcoming and affirming to all of God's people. So this actually seems like a place that if you do happen to be a member of the LGBTQ, etc. community,
Etc.
that'd be a good. I like the LGBT
That's nice.
Yeah.
And easier to remember.
But yeah, it sounds like if you do worship and you're looking for a place to worship, this seems like a welcoming place. Unlike the Buffalo Catholic Church or the Catholic Church as a whole. I don't even know why we're still falling for that grift anymore. Like, I'm no longer really big into going to church or anything anymore. I don't know what you would classify me as, but I do believe in like the community aspect of it, and that we should just be better as people and help our neighbors. And it doesn't matter. I don't care what your skin color is. I don't care. Or like, just it's the Buffalo state of mind. It's the be a good neighbor, And yeah, that's all I got to say about that. It's just stop touching children and be good neighbors. Stop eating ranch with your wings.
Regardless of your beliefs, spreading love is always a good thing. It's never going to be a bad thing. It just depends on how you do it, and don't do that. Obviously, what you said, and don't force your beliefs on other people, but everybody can get along.
Right. Exactly.
Is it because it's all about the good? As long as everybody's down to do good, then we can't fail.
That's right. And perfect way, I think, to end that. We end on a positive note. I don't ever want to end on a negative note. But yeah, be a good neighbor, like and subscribe, and we're out.